Greg. I want to ask about my husband some more. He's
Sure,
been
sure.
doing a lot of sage and rosemary verbena. I would say probably close to severe brain fatigue. I don't know how to scale it, but it's been it's been better, but actually what has helped the most that I've noticed is when he does these two class booklets that I'm like constantly harassing him to keep working. One being, of course,
Which ones?
he's being really good about it. As long as I remind him, I'm kind of tired of reminding him, but at least when I remind him, he does it, which is the mental energy class and then the anxiety, anger, fear class, which I had not taken. I just started watching his recording, and I made a small payment to your PayPal because I'm stealing that class from him.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
And I'm loving it. I've only done the first day, but so when he does those two booklets, like I literally the next day almost, I'm like, I can tell like he just has more energy. He just feels like stronger, brighter, whatever. But taking the oils internally, you know, that might be more gradual, and he's been doing that for a couple months, and I don't know exactly how much that is making a change. And then I told him to start Three Wise Men, and he just hasn't started that one yet. So he's gonna start to do that. Might help. But and I also told him to do cinnamon, but he hasn't done cinnamon. But
yeah, I was gonna say cinnamon was gonna be the other thing. I was like, if you could work cinnamon in the mix. I mean, cinnamon is good for brain fatigue too, but more because it just jump starts everything.
yeah,
But
he's just tired in general too, like bodily tired. Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 46. And then like the last years have been stressful with kids and stuff, but like he was always definitely, I always wondered if he had some ADD in general. Like he was just like very hyper, interrupts you a lot, kind of doesn't listen very well, like that kind of thing. So it's a little more of like a long-term thing, I feel like. And then like physical exhaustion, I just feel like just kind of came like with the kids and the stress and everything. Then he's has high blood pressure. I mean, it varies, but he's not on medication. Sometimes it's not really high, and other times it's kind of high. So that goes up and down.
His spleen is really kind of depleted.
His what? His skin?
His spleen. His spleen. Yeah. Like it makes me wonder, like that could be some of the brain fatigue and like how is his emotions? Does he have emotions? Is he like
so he's actually the cheerful one in the relationship. I'm the rain cloud. But he also like a lot of men his age is not, I would say, very in touch with his emotions when it's like, how are you feeling? I don't know, I'm fine. And that's all I really get.
Right. But yeah, that's the way we are kind of sometimes. I mean, Angelica can be kind of stimulating to, or like strengthening to the spleen. I mean, he would have to take it internal, like topical probably wouldn't cut it. You could just try doing healing on the spleen. Clean it just a little bit, and then like energize it with red for a while, let it sit, and then go back and energize it with red for a while again. If you over energize it, it will make him a little bit congested, and like he'll just look like, if you look at him energetically before and after, if he gets congested, he just looks like a pillar. Like, you know, there's no differentiation between the chakras. Just do a health raise. Like that's all you got to do. Mind that. But why don't you just try treating his spleen? I mean, the cinnamon would potentially help that. Angelica could potentially help that. Jasmine, just inhaling it, putting it on the skin, could potentially help that. The spleen blend, you know, that one's been floating around for a while. I think we made that one a couple of years ago. That could potentially do it, but if you don't have any of those, just try doing some healing on. Like,
okay, so you can put light whitish red in the spleen chakra.
Oh yeah, like that's one of the ways to treat the depression. Is like you go through, like you clean it up just a little bit, because if you just put red without cleaning, it can turn a little inflammatory. Yeah. And so just put in a little green and then blasting with red for a little while. You know, like a minute or two, and then stop, let him assimilate it, and then go back and do it again. Do front and back. Yeah. And yeah, his spleen's super depleted. The other thing, we were talking about low testosterone just a little while ago. And I mean, he's in the range where that could be a little bit of an issue too. But given that his spleen is so depleted, I would say it's probably just the spleen.
Yeah.
But if you look at it from the energetic point of view, the spleen also supports the sex organs. And so, like, if he doesn't respond too well to that, it actually could be a little bit of like low testosterone. But I would treat it honestly like just a depleted spleen for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I totally would do that. Yeah.
Okay. Then